welcome to a special edition of the College Huddle, everybody. I am joined by our newest podcast. Every time I start an episode here at the College Huddle, I say 86, and then if you noticed, I said 87 podcasts from coast to coast covering your favorite schools. Our newest one is here. My friends who are covering Cal, which I must say, you have one of the most unique names for a podcast out there. I got to give you credit for that. And Rez, Ahmad, it's so awesome to have you guys with us. Welcome to the College Huddle, man.
Hey, thank you so much, Eric. We're really pleased and appreciate you inviting us to be a part of all this. It sounds like it's going to be great fun.
Thank you very much, Eric. Looking forward to continuing this relationship. And if anybody loves college football, we love it, baby.
Absolutely. I've gotten the opportunity to catch some of what you guys do. It is really unique. And let me say this from my perspective, from an outsider, just watching what you guys do, you guys are so well connected to the university. I feel like you're offering a voice for the fan. Um, that is very unique. You're so well connected too, man. That's just kind of like the vibe I get from you guys. Go ahead and explain to everybody a little bit about your podcast, maybe some of the history, how you got started, and kind of what you're trying to do for the Cal community.
Yeah, well, I'll start off with all that, and it's actually interesting that today is the day 1 year ago when we launched our very first episode right after big game, and we beat Stanford thanks to Fernando Mendoza as our quarterback back then, the end of the
Yeah.
2024 season. But yeah, the name of the podcast that you mentioned is called "Tell the Whole Damn World," and for any Cal fan out there on the planet, they will know that that's a uniquely Cal thing. That's all thanks to my partner, Ahmad Anderson, who came up from being a walk-on to being a starter for the California Golden Bears, was the defensive captain for the Golden Bears in the 1982 game, 1982 big game that was made most famous, of course, for the play. So he was there. He played with Ron Rivera, all those kinds of things. He's on the board of directors for the Alumni Association. He's running for mayor of Richmond here in California. I mean, I've never seen so much energy from a guy who's about 10 years older than me. He's really just amazing, and I couldn't be more grateful to him for all of what he's done and just being my partner and being on this journey with me. But just to quickly kind of tell you, the podcast that we kind of envisioned for all of this was the idea that we want to celebrate all things Cal. So we recognize that there's plenty of podcasts out there, right, that cover college football and college basketball and all that. We wanted it to be actually more than that, to kind of help all the Cal alums who've moved on from Berkeley elsewhere in the world to feel reconnected to the university, to feel this sense of pride in what the University of California is all about. And I'll tell you, it's two things that kind of came to mind here when I was envisioning where we would go with this podcast. And first off, it was the dissolution of the Pac-12 conference and finding that, oh my God, like we might be relegated. We're like, the rest of the nation doesn't realize how important football is to all of us out here. And we definitely don't want to be an afterthought. We want to have a seat at that table. And when game day came out, college game day, and they said it was the best college game day experience maybe ever that they'd had. And it all started off with Ahmad Anderson up there on the stage, leading the whole nation in Bear territory. It's, you know it, you tell the story, you tell the whole damn world. This is Bear territory. And that's what it's all about. But yeah, again, we just couldn't be more pleased. I guess I'll stop running my mouth here and let Ahmad have a chance to say something too.
I don't know if I need to say anything. Is there any more to say? But no, first it was an honor to get a call from Reza. We'd met in passing over the years, and he was this guy that was super excited, and I was introduced to him formally by a guy who was a former student athlete of mine, because I was an academic advisor for student athletes after I graduated from 84 to 86 at Dave Ortega. And I knew Dave from campus and knew him as a player. And he says, "Hey, I got this guy that is really interested in doing a podcast. I don't know if I'll have all that kind of time to do it, but he wants to start off with Tell the Whole Damn World." And he'd be honored if you'd be a part of it, and even give him permission to even be to use the phrase. And I said, "Yeah, let's meet." And we hit it right off. In '82, I'd just come off I don't know, maybe it was 2-9, 3-8, but '80 and '81, both those seasons were crazy. Going through a transition of a coach, Roger Theater, to Joe Cap, and we just had a team that was phenomenal, that we were growing like the fine wines of Napa Valley here in California. It was right. It was ready. And we said that no matter who the coach was in '82, we're going to have a great team. But the type of relationship, the type of friendship, the type of brotherhood really inspired me while I was in a class to think about what it meant to be a Bear at that time for a guy who walked on the team and now was a starter. And I had listened to so many different chants and cheers and whatever, bells going off, horses running up and down the field, whatever it was, Michigan players touching the banner because we were getting beat down those 2 years. I was like, we got to have more pride than that. And the class I was actually in was a class my brother recommended, who was at Dartmouth, go Big Green, with a professor visiting Cal. And it was jazz from Africa to New Orleans. And I was like, okay, well, I can do that. Music in a class, that's an easy A. I get in the class and the guy says, you got to do a journal, check mark. You got to listen to music, check mark. I was like, this is great. Midterm, no midterm. You turn in your journal, check mark. Final, the music we listen to in the class, it's going to be in the library, the music library. You have to listen to the music, come to class for the final, name the artist, the music, and the instrument, and the year. Oh yeah, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. And as it plays out, my name is Ahmad Jamal Anderson, and Ahmad Jamal was a famous jazz pianist, and so I knew some jazz. So I was pushed and urged to do it, and I had a great time in it. But as I listened to the jazz music, was telling stories. Jazz tells a story, and so I started thinking about what that story was for the Bears. It was being courageous. It was being bold. It was being just ferocious. It was being the fear of the mama bear herself, and that's what we were about. So I wanted to tell that story about bear territory and let the whole damn world know this is what it was. And what was even more inspiring was the fact that bear territory might have been born out of that football team, but it really talked about every student that wanted to go to Cal, greatest university in the country, public university in the country, the world to us. And so what we did was started talking about that. And I thought, tell the whole damn world this is bear territory. It's about the audacity, the gall to want to be a bear, to go to Cal, to get in, the staff that supported you for the resources to navigating to be successful as you spent the 4 years, some people 10 years on campus to earn your degree. And then lastly, the professors, the great Nobel laureates that were going to sit there, teach us, listen to us, like Socrates and Aristotle at their knees, learning to be the next leaders of this great country, of this great world. And so it was, you know it, you tell the story, you tell the whole damn world, this is bear territory. And that's how you have it, baby. Bear territory all day, every day.
I love it, man. That is a great story. I love it, man. All right. I do want to, before we wrap this up, this is just going to be a short little video introduction to everybody, so you all know who our newest podcast is here at the College Huddle. And if you got fired up from that, I got fired up from that. I want to definitely encourage you to go check out their podcast. Reza, tell everybody where they can find you, number one, so that if there's somebody who's like, man, I need more of that in my life. And then maybe share with us a little bit of some of what you guys kind of do that's unique, different on your show, platform, things like that.
You got it. You got it. No, thank you. So, any Cal fan out there, you simply go to tellthewholedamnworld.com. We've made it real easy. It's a long one, but you can just do tellthewholedamnworld.com. You'll get right to our website. We have everything on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple, on Pandora, Amazon. I mean, it's everywhere, right? But we do go to the trouble to do everything on camera, which I reckon it's what all of your podcasts do here as well with College Huddle, right? So that's the cool thing, is that we go to the trouble to do everything on camera. We also have this woman who is just a wonderful resource when it comes to Cal history, named Leslie Mitchell. And she's a Cal grad, class of 81. And she just has these wonderful stories of the past, of how we became the California Golden Bears, like the very first big game, Cal's very first great football coach. And then also stories about just prominent people who have done these amazing things in the world. Julia Morgan, the world's first great woman architect. There's Rube Goldberg went to Cal. He's known as being an East Coast guy. You heard of Rube Goldberg machines? That guy went to Cal. There's all these people. Ernest O. Lawrence, who invented the cyclotron, for our first Nobel laureate, went to Cal. So there's all these stories of these incredible people. Gregory Peck, people maybe didn't realize, went to Cal. So there's all these people in the past who've done these incredible things in the world. We want to shine a light on them as well. So we try to be more than just about the sports. It's always going to be somewhat sports based because we're all big sports fans, and that's what really draws all the attention. We get that. But when it comes down to it, there's so much to be excited about when you think of the University of California. And, this is one thing I want to set clear for everybody. People don't know if we're Berkeley or, Cal State or what. Like, no. We are the very first university in the state of California. That's why we get to be called the University of California. Like, you got University of Texas, called Texas. You got University of Florida, called Florida. You got University of Michigan, called Michigan. Sure, they have other campuses, but they're not called. So UCLA has to call themselves LA because they came by way later than we were around. So that's the reason why we're just simply known as Cal in the sports world, but we don't even really like to put Berkeley. Berkeley, of course, has its academic thing, which is great, and we also love that. But when it comes to the sports world, we're simply Cal.
Beautiful. Did I see the other day you guys were doing a live event that was on your? Yeah, talk a little bit about that. And Ahmad, I would be remiss if I didn't talk to you about the play. So I definitely want to get your take on that. But that was really unique to log onto your channel and see you guys had a live event going with an audience. That was cool.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. That's all thanks to the Cal Alumni Association for having to set that up. I think they've recognized the value that we bring, and that we are here to kind of help all these alumni around the world feel more connected to Cal. So we had the opportunity. They opened up Alumni House to us, which was right next to Haas Pavilion, where we play basketball, and helped us arrange a featured guest, Rod Benson, who has his own podcast and has done amazing things in the world of art. He's a muralist who's amazing. He's 6'10". He doesn't even need a ladder, and he can paint all these amazing things. But he was a wonderful guest to have on the show with us. And we're going to do more of those as well, more live stream events coming up when Duke comes to town and North Carolina comes to town. Stanford, all the big high-profile men's basketball games, and some of the women's basketball games as well. So we're really excited about that. And, we're just here. We want to just help do more and just continue to expand and reach out to more and more Cal fans all across the nation and world to let them know what we're all about.
All right, Ahmad. It's one of the most famous plays in college football history. Break it down for me, brother.
Look, we had a amazing year that year. We had a Joe Cap, and everybody knows Joe Cap. And if you don't know, you better know. Look up Joe Cap and what great, amazing athlete he was, and not only in college basketball and football, but in football in Canada as well as here in the NFL. And he was quite the motivator. And it's our senior year, my senior year at least, and we battle with the great John Elway and Stanford. I mean, as the story goes, and then for you football fans, look up the statistics. Gail Gilbert, our quarterback, he outplayed John most of the game. We outplayed them most of the game, and we were not favored to win the game at all. Um, this is his senior year. He's getting ready to put it on us and keep it moving and leave the Cowbears behind. Um, but as we get down towards the end of the game, John Elway becomes John Elway. He came out of his Superman cape and did his thing, and uh, all of a sudden they do a end around pass to Doherty, and Doherty comes around, and it's me and a receiver. Receiver knocks me to the ground. I get up just in time to grab his legs, and Richard Rodgers comes over the top and knocks him over. Next thing you know, they're field goal kickers kicking a field goal, and I walk to the bench, and I think this is the end of my senior year. And I go and sit on the senior bench, and I take my helmet. I don't know if I took my helmet off, but my head was down, and tears start welling in my eyes because that was my pro football. And I look up at the clock, and I say to myself, well, you know what? I'm going to go stand on the sideline. So I stood up, and by the time I got to the sideline, the ball had been kicked. The most interesting part of that was, one, if I don't tackle that guy and he gets by and Richard Rodgers misses him, there's no big game. There's no big play, no big game for us. Game over, boo-hoo. No porridge for the Bears whatsoever. So the next thing I know, there was such a great celebration, they penalized the Stanford team, and I think it might have been 15 yards, Rez, I think it was, and backed them up. So now we're closer to the end zone. Well, the kicker decides to be a smartass on top of that, and people, if you watch E60, my great friend Jeremy Shaft and Simon Baumgart, the producer, they show that information. The kicker, he turns to us, he gets ready to kick the ball off, and he flips us off.
Oh,
It flips us off. And you go back and look at it, Eric. Right before that kickoff, he turns and just sort of flips us off on the side, just like this. And I know I saw it as I'm getting up from the bench, and the ball's being kicked, and I'm like, what? And I get to the sideline. So Coach Cap and I are now standing right next to each other because I'm going to go down with the ship. That's how it is. The ball gets kicked. It goes here. It goes there. It goes from Dwight Garner where they think he's going. No, he's not down, and the ball is up, and Richard Rodgers gets the ball. Richard Rodgers flips the ball. Richard Rodgers then gets the ball back. Richard Rodgers gives it to Moret Ford. Moret Ford then flips it behind his back end. Kevin Moan gets the ball, and boom, 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 boom. It's like Pac-Man. Boom, 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 boom. Boom! Gary Terrell goes down. Bears win. Game over. But before all that took place, I'm looking, as we're looking, and the coach turns to me and says, go tell them that's a touchdown. And I look at him, I say, Coach, in an academic institution and such the culture guy that I am, I say, Coach, if I go out on the field, there'll be a flag. He says, get the fuck out there and tell them it's a touchdown. And as I turn around and I go, okay, and I turn around, the score flips back, it goes down, the fans go crazy, the band's on the field, the fans go crazy. I turned back and looked into the stands. It was like Moses had parted the Red Sea. The students are flowing. I'm 5'9.5" and 175 pounds. I'm out of here. Go Bears. Game over, baby. And that's the play. So I recommend, if you want to see it best, go to ESPN's E60. Jeremy Shaft, my man. Shout out to Jeremy Shaft and Simon Baumgart, the executive producer. Those are my guys. They're doing it all day, do it big, and 30-30, baby. Yeah, I mean, E60, that's our game. E60, go check it out.
Now I got to go watch it, like right now. I got to go.
Man, get yourself some popcorn and a Coca-Cola. Go see the baby.
My man, you are full of it. You and I need to get together, man. We'd have some fun. You better win this mayorship because I might have to be a resident of your community.
Come on, smokes. You know, we'll do like Chicago: vote early and vote often. So there you go. Come on, that's how we roll.
Oh,
get to the ballot, Eric. Get to the ballot and say Ahmad sent me. They'll be like, okay, good.
I love it. My goodness, this is fantastic. You guys are awesome. We are absolutely, as I guess you could say, the voice of College Huddle right now. I'm running the YouTube channel. There's more than just me, trust me, behind the scenes running this ship. We are tickled pink to have you guys a part of our community. Our goal is to get one podcast from every our first goal is to get one podcast from every Power Four school, and then we'll go from there, and we'll start hitting some of the G5, G6 schools, and we're getting there. I mean, we got a lot of representation, 87, so we're getting there a little bit at a time, man. We don't have a Stanford pod, so if you guys run into one that you enjoy working with, I know that might be hard.
Not a problem. You know, we take
We'll
all
figure it out.
comers, baby. I like to keep my dance card full, so it's all good.
I
Thumbs up,
love
bring
it.
'em. Yeah.
Reza, one more time, where can they find you?
TellTheWholeDamnWorld.com. That's it.
All
Nice
right,
meeting.
guys. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to these guys working with the Duke guys in basketball season. That show will be fire. We got a really good Duke basketball podcast as well. That's going to be a lot of fun. And hey, man, Cal's going to a bowl game this year again. I think this is 3 years in a row.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep. So yeah,
So
we're excited about that. We'll see where we end up. I mean, we all had higher expectations, which I think is part of the reason why our head coach Justin Wilcox, after 9 seasons, was just like go. So, but yeah, it'll be a lot of a lot of intrigue over who's going to be our next head coach. So we're all waiting with bated breath to find out.
is there any names that are being floated out there right now? Any names right now?
They're keeping it all under lock and key right now. I went to a press conference earlier today, and they got Ron Rivera's got a list of about 14 names. He said he's going to pare down to 10. He may get some more, but yeah, it's that's pretty much all I know, to be honest with you. It could go in any direction, but yeah, I think all the Cal fans are just ready to turn the page and try to bring in a coach who can really get more people to Memorial and just hopefully just win more games. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, right? So we want to compete for championships.
Well, we will have you guys back on, and we'll do when we have a little bit more time, and we'll dive in. Maybe when we get a big name, a coach that's named or something, we'll have a big podcast that we'll break the news on or something. So make sure you check back into the College Huddle. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you share what we're doing over here at the College Huddle. And if you are a Cal fan, go check them out. All right, tellthewholedamnworld.com. Go over to their YouTube channel. Link will be below in the show notes here for you guys. Go give them your love and support, and let's grow this thing. All right, everybody. Ahmad, thank you so much for coming. Good luck with your mayorship, my man.
Thank you, my brother. Peace and blessings, and happy holidays to you and your great audience out there at College Huddle, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Reza, wonderful once again, my friend.
Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We appreciate you, Eric.
All right. We'll be back with another video for you guys here at the College Huddle very soon, everybody. Have a great day, everybody.